Hi, today's Monday, July 28th, 2024. On Friday, I am heading to Chongqing, China. Solo travel. I will go there alone. I will stay there 5 nights, and I just booked my hotel too. After I booked the airline tickets on Thursday, so I am excited about that. But nonetheless, since I am a man, I'm interested in the female anatomy. And the other day on the Facebook, someone says the pubic mound of a female pubic mound indicates how many times the female may have had sex with the men. So that's the depth or the size of the pubic mound correlates to the number of times she has had sex. So that's a little bit absurd, but I thought it would make sense. So I just pulled this article from the internet to see if that's true. Probably not. It's just female anatomy. There's nothing that indicates that's true. And also, the reason I am trying to read this article is to practice English by reading it aloud. Currently, I'm sitting on a bench behind the big church called the Dongmyeong Church, Dongmyeonggyeoil in Gwangju, Korea. I'm pure Korean. I work for Korea Telecom, KT, the number one carrier in Korea. So I need to constantly practice English. And also I have been learning Chinese for 3 years on and off. Chinese is a very interesting language. Like 95 vocabularies are shared by Koreans, Japanese, and all other neighborhoods. So our language, Korean language, is also quite strongly related to Chinese language. Of course, we pronounce differently, and sometimes we don't use specific words, or the same words could mean different things. But basically, 95% I think is what we share with each other. So let's cut the chase and get down to business. Public mound, updated July 7th, 2022. This one is from Kinkley.com. The public mound, or mons pubis, is a mass of fatty tissue located over the pubic bone. All mammals, including humans of all genders, have pubic mounds. All genders, right? In humans, the pubic mounds are naturally covered in coarse pubic hair and sebaceous and sweat glands. These glands create sebum and sweat-containing pheromones, the chemicals that trigger arousal and make us smell attractive to potential mates. The female pubic mound forms the front of the vulva. It dives into the labia majora, or outer lips of the vagina. The size of a person's pubic mound varies depending on their body fat and hormone levels. Depending on their body fat and hormone levels. Generally, women have more pronounced pubic mounds than men. The pubic mound also becomes enlarged during puberty, so it is sensitive to the hormone estrogen. Puberty is also the time at which pubic hair grows on the pubic mound. As estrogen levels drop during menopause, the pubic mound tends to become less prominent. The pubic mound's key function is protecting the pubic bone. It makes sure the bone underneath isn't uncomfortably bumped during sex or daily life. However, as it contains a host of nerve endings. Many people also find having their pubic mound touched a real turn-on. While it's not part of the genitals, it is often eroticized in the same way. Eroticized. Removing some or all of the pubic hair on the pubic mound through waxing or shaving is also common in many cultures. Some people prefer a clean pubic mound as they believe it looks cleaner and more alluring. I don't know about that. Probably a clean-shaven pubic mound can also draw attention to the genitals and even make a penis appear larger. Well, size does matter, but not that much. Some people decorate their pubic mounds with cosmetic scars, piercings, yes, it's a plural, piercings, and temporary crystal ornaments. In the pursuit of a more permanent way to enhance the look of the pubic mound, some people have this body part altered through plastic surgery. Damn. The pubic mound is also known by its Latin name, mons pubis, or mons for short. In women, the pubic mound is also sometimes known as the mound of Venus or mons Venus, in reference to the Roman goddess of love, sex, fertility, and beauty, or by the Latin term for this, mons Veneris. More about pubic mound. While the pubic mound has a practical protective purpose, it is also an erogenous zone. Erogenous zone. What is erogenous? I have no idea about erogenous, so let's find out the meaning. Estrogen, erogenous. Sensitive to sexual stimulus.
Erogenous.
Oh man, that word. I heard many times about the word, but I didn't know the spelling about it. Erogenous. Damn. While the pubic mound has a practical protective purpose, it is also an erogenous zone. Spending time stimulating the pubic mound can be a great way to increase the anticipation of sex and spice up foreplay or masturbation. Spice up, right? Spice up. The anticipation of sex. Spice up foreplay and masturbation. This area responds to light, teasing sensations, and harder pressure. Some people find pubic mound stimulation pleasurable enough to lead to orgasm. Start slow with a gentle fingertip massage before increasing pressure by using the base of the palm. This gradual approach helps build the sexual tension while releasing pelvic tension. Don't neglect the area where the pubic mound connects with the top of the vulva, as it has a cluster of nerve endings. As the pubic mound connects to the clitoral hood and penis, gentle tugging it can feel amazing. Stroking up and down indirectly strokes the clitoris and penis, creating a delicious sensation that some people say feels even hotter than making direct contact. Varying the intensity or length of the movements can drive you or a partner wild. Gently scratching the pubic mound can also be erotic. Some people enjoy having their pubic hair lightly teased as well. Dry humping is another great way to stimulate the pubic mound. Revisiting your youth and dry humping with a partner can be really hot, especially if you are used to more immediate gratification. Immediate gratification. Early ejaculation, in other words. Too early ejaculation. Dry humping. Manual stimulation isn't the only way to enjoy the pubic mound. Kissing, licking, or gently biting the pubic mound can be a great warm-up for oral sex. Warm-up for oral sex. Manual stimulation, right? Dry humping. Dry humping is like you mount a female on top and you just hump, pretending to having sex. That's not a sex, but it's a dry humping, right? You just mimic the up and down piston movements, and you get erotic, and you get early, immediate gratification. Combining pubic mound stimulation with other erotic techniques can be mind-blowing. For example, you might place a hand over the pubic mound while giving head. You could also press down on the pubic mound with the heel of your hand while penetrating the vagina with a finger. The mix of different sensations can take your foreplay to the next level. That's a good sentence, though. The mix of different sensations. The mix of different sensations can take your foreplay to the next level. Well, this article is a bit erotic and sexual, but it's more like educational. And there's nothing that mentions that the size or depth of the pubic mound corresponds to the number of times a female has had sex so far. That's bullshit, and it's like a Bible bullshit. It's a bullshit and unjustified, and it's not based on the fact at all, right? It doesn't correlate with anything scientifically verifiable facts. But before I close, there are several expressions I would like to remember. The mix of sensations can take the experience to the next level. It will drive you or your partner wild. Erogenous, right? Erogenous, sexual response. Erogenous, erotic. Sebaceous. What is a sebaceous, though? Sebaceous mound. Pubic mound, genital majora, right? Labia majora, or lava, right? Lava, vulva, and penis, and what else? Immediate gratification, early ejaculation, in other words. Before I go, let me go over the context really quickly, right? Real quick. Pubic mounds that men uncomfortably bump. Dry humping, right? Dry humping. Well, that was just about it. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful Monday.